Hey, it's great to be back. It's been a couple of days since I posted, and I've been traveling quite a bit. Actually, I wanted to go far away. 6,000 feet last time was not enough, so I wanted to go much farther than 6,000 feet. Get far away from all that's going on and everything that's so concerning. So I went on the journey of a lifetime. No, I did not take my Volkswagen 69 bus and go across country, although I did have a Volkswagen 69 bus at one time, and it was actually really terrible to drive. It was always underpowered and always between gears, but it was a really cool bus. It really was. All right, I didn't do that, but and I didn't also decide to go backpacking across Europe like people like to do. That's not quite my thing, so I didn't do that either. But I did want to escape everything. So I decided to go to the moon. Here I am on the moon. Do you believe it? I actually found it to be a lot colder up here. I'm in like short sleeves and stuff, so it's not that bad up here in the moon. It's actually kind of nice. Isn't the Earth beautiful? Take a look at it. I mean, there's no place like it in the world. Well, actually, it is the world, so you can't really say that, but there's no place like it that we know of. You know, from up here especially, it looks like a Garden of Eden. Remember that story in the Bible back when you were maybe in Sunday school in the beginning of the Bible about the Garden of Eden and the two people that God created, Adam and Eve, and God put them in the garden, and they could do anything they want in this beautiful garden. Everything that he needed was right there, but they couldn't eat this one particular fruit. It was a particular fruit on a tree, and it was off limits to them. So what do they do? Well, of course, you know what they did. They ate the fruit. And then they were ousted from the garden because they didn't quite do what was right, and they didn't have everything handed to them after that, and they had to like work hard for their food, and they had sicknesses, diseases, and they eventually didn't live forever. They had to die at some point in time, and you know what? Ever since then, we've been outside the garden ever since. And we've had to deal with all kinds of things and struggles and challenges and difficulties and everything that people have had to deal with for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Well, the earth actually looks so peaceful right there, doesn't it? It's just sitting there so peaceful looking. It's hard to believe there's so much going on down there on that earth. It's kind of nice being up here, kind of nice being away from it a little while. It just feels different and feels like, you know, a lot more peaceful up here. But it's hard to believe that there are 7.8 billion people down on that earth right now, and a lot of them are in turmoil. But, you know, even with all those people, 7.8 billion, that's a lot. Even with all those people, it's sometimes easy to feel like you're alone. You know, who knew? Before all this happened, all this virus stuff happened, who knew that sometimes the loneliest place in the world is the most familiar place to you? It's your home. You know, when you're kind of trapped in your home and you can't do much, it gets pretty lonely in your home. And we long for things like the social events that we used to have, and we look forward to having them again, but it seems like, when are they going to happen? When is that even possible? They keep extending the amount of time that they're projecting this thing to go on for. And everything is just canceled, 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 canceled. And it's like, oh boy, the world is canceled, it seems like. You know, and it feels like we're alone. It's easy to feel alone. It's easy even to feel separated from God, like we're not connected to God right now. And that's a good question. Can we be separated from God? Can we be apart from him? Well, remember what I said last time, a couple of days ago, when I was on top of the mountain, that God is love. And God's love is in our hearts. And if God is love and God's love is in our hearts, and that's where he is right in there, then we really can never be separated from him, no matter what is going on, no matter what's happening on that planet down there, no matter what's happening outside of that planet down there. We can never really be separated from God, no matter where you are. Actually, there's a Bible verse that I want to read to you right now. It's from Psalm chapter 39, 139. And as I read this, take a look at the earth down there, and just look at the earth as I read these words and think about what we're talking about today. It says, I can never escape from your spirit. I can never get away from your presence. If I go up to heaven, you are there. If I go down to the grave, you are there. If I ride the wings of the morning, if I dwell by the farthest oceans, even there your hand will guide me, and the light around me to become night. But even in darkness, I cannot hide from you. To you, the night shines as bright as day, and darkness and light are the same to you. How precious are your thoughts about me, O God. They cannot be numbered. I can't even count them. They outnumber the grains of sand. And then when I wake up, you are still with me. No matter where you are, whether you're someplace on earth or you're on the moon here or any place else, and especially when we're in our home, because we're there a lot nowadays, we can never, ever get away from God. God is always right there with us because he's always right in here. Remember, God is love, and that love is in your hearts. So look for God everywhere. You'll see him everywhere, and you'll know that he'll never, ever, ever leave you. Well, I think I better be getting going now, too. It's going to be a long trip back down to earth there, and I am sure by now that the house is a mess. I can guarantee that, and I'm pretty sure the dog probably needs to be fed, too. So I'm going to start to make my way back down to earth right now. The next time you'll see me, I'll probably be back to earth, unless I decide to take a side trip here. I don't know. There's lots of good places to go around here, but I'll probably be back to earth when I see you again. So Houston, here I come, over and out, and see you soon.